Got another MMA bout coming at you. Three-minute rounds. Coming out first, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 143 pounds, making his amateur MMA debut for Fight City. Let's hear it for David Moctezuma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, David Moctezuma coming out to the cage right now. This young man is 23 years old, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 143 pounds, and he is training out of Fight City with a perfect amateur record of 0-0. So what do we know?
One of those O's has got to go.
All right, Ryan, what do we know about Fight City?
Well, Fight City has guys on almost every card,
Yes.
multiple guys on every card. One of their standing points from their gym is to fight often.
Right, yes.
Get experience out
Yes,
there. I believe that's something they push.
Yeah, well, and you know, head coach Eric Wallin over there, getting some Vaseline on David's face right now for this fight. So Eric Wallin, he is just a phenomenal guy. He's former Steelfist champion.
Yes,
he was
Bellator as well.
Well, he was a Bellator
fighter.
contender.
Yes.
Wasn't the champ over there, but was a contender for the title. So just a hell of a fighter in his own right, and even professional boxer for a while. So anybody that's going over there to train at Fight City, they're getting a hell of a good job, a good coaching repertoire out there.
Yes, agreed. And I mean, here we go, and we have David Moctezuma coming out looking very athletic,
right?
As
With
he
that
comes
cartwheel
across that cage.
All right, let's see what his opponent looks like.
All right, and his opponent tonight fighting out of the black corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, also making his amateur MMA debut, doing it for the pig. Let's hear it for Manuel Marrero.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Manuel Marrero coming out right now. He also has a perfect record of 0-0. So what does that mean?
One of those O's has got to go.
Manuel is 19 years old. He is 5 foot 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds, and he is fighting out of the pit. What did we say about those guys?
They are tough as hell.
Yes.
And they've got some great coaching over there. You've got, sorry, my brain just stopped working there. But you've got a lot of guys over there. Julian Ruiz right there.
Is the one who's doing that.
Out. Yep. And just fantastic group of guys over there. Always coming out on Steelfist Fight Night.
Yes. Well, they'll have a couple guys on each card, and their guys come in, and they do a really good job. So you would look for Manuel to be prepared for this fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, look for good striking because they've got phenomenal striking guys over there, but also look for some high-level jiu-jitsu coming off of what their head coach teaches too.
Yes. Well, and I believe it's got Ramsey in the corner as well.
Yeah, that would be the head coach I'm talking about. I was trying to hand that off to you.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Ramsey
thank
Najim.
you for the handoff.
Yeah, UFC, well, I'm going to call him a legend. UFC legend. Ramsey Najim is the head coach over there and phenomenal jiu-jitsu practitioner and MMA fighter as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get her started. Tyler Thomason reminding them of the rules.
Yes, those amateur rules we talked about in the last fight, right?
Yes.
No twisting leg locks, no elbows, no knees, but to the head anyway. You can kick the head, you can punch the head. That's it. And all other submissions are good. Just no twisting leg locks.
All right, let's get her going. Nice body kick.
And Manuel came straight to the center of the cage.
Yes.
Or sorry, David came straight to the center.
Cage. Manuel met him with a kick.
Body kick, yeah. Good jockeying for position by these guys. By that standing grappling.
Both guys are pretty explosive.
Yeah, no, that was a good scramble by David.
Yes.
But good control by Manuel, keeping him against that cage.
Yeah. Manuel's using kind of that leverage very well.
Mm-hmm.
There's that underhook. David's trying to close that distance.
Yeah, nice calf kick from David. Ooh, big right hand by David.
Ooh, there we go.
Manuel ain't playing around with that.
Hey, good timing.
Right under that punch.
Yep, made that look easy.
Look for him to scoop that
Great
leg up.
entry.
Look for him to step around the calf and scoop the ankles out. Oh. Give up on that one. Good job, David. Oh. But tenacity right there.
Yes. Keep working.
Yep.
Keep working.
Manuel stayed on it and was able to get him back to the ground.
Manuel was using that cage very well.
Yep, working for position. I like that I'm not seeing Manuel start throwing anything or doing anything crazy. He's trying to maintain a position.
Yep. And David did a great job getting up.
Yep. Good technical stand-up, too, getting that knee down.
Yes, he did a great job standing up.
Body shot. Ooh.
Again, back to those that takedown.
Great takedown by
We're
Manuel.
away from the fence. Let's see if we can capitalize on that. David did a good job using that fence to his advantage.
Oh, Manuel's got one leg in.
Yep. There goes.
Second hook. Yep, there you got it.
Yes, sir.
A little cross leg, but it's fine. He is off to the side, so it does make it hard. Trying to get his knee underneath him. Good punches
David's
by Manuel.
corner's telling him you got 20 seconds.
Ooh, good transition by David.
Into the bottom, and now he's keep going.
He's still in a good position. He can still scramble.
Yep. And there's the click. It's going to be over. Yep, there we go.
Being in a position to scramble is better than being in a position to be choked. So I think that good job on David being able to scramble. But Manuel's grappling is looking phenomenal.
Yes, he did a good job.
Those shots too, the timing on his shots, even off of the leg kick, immediately after that leg kick connected, drove in.
Well, and Manuel seems very calm, right? David's coming out with a lot of intensity that first round. He came out kind of pushing the pace, and you saw Manuel just kind of meet it, if that makes sense. Remember, he came running across, met him with a kick.
Yeah.
And then
it kind of slowed that momentum for a moment.
Yes. And then next comes these takedowns. So we're taking him down. Now David has good jiu-jitsu, good stand-up.
Yeah.
He's getting back to his feet. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's countering well. He's countering effectively. But I think that Manuel is definitely controlling the pace.
Staying one step ahead.
Yes, yeah, he's leading the chess match.
Yes.
But I will say, David landed a clean right earlier in the round too with that. So who's hitting harder? Who's hitting more effectively? That's one that is kind of hard to tell because they haven't really had many exchanges.
No. It seems as though David's throwing with more pop.
Right. But Manuel's landed some nice clean shots right there to open up the round.
Then Manuel gets into these positions.
Gets the
and
takedown.
does this stuff.
Great
and he's
takedown.
controlling the fight.
Yeah. He's getting a good body lock, good clench in, forcing a takedown, getting that hook in.
Threatening now.
Yep, riding through. He's got the second hook. But I like that David immediately went to the cage. Let me get myself against the cage so I can do this.
Well, he's done a really good job against the. He's got it under.
Is that an awkward angle?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. He's
a little
stuck.
high. Well, and he's a little high, but let's see if he can finish it right here.
He's sunk in the body triangle.
And he's just got to do some hand fighting to get that under. And let's see if he's able to finish. He's got it under.
Is he going palm to palm?
He's having a hard time connecting.
Yep.
But he's under. Let's see if he can finish. Oh, no. Good job. David slid out.
David's doing a good job trying to.
Yeah, he's fighting very defensively.
Yes.
And doing a good job, but there it is.
Oop.
That is in, that is deep, but
It went in. I don't know what happened in that far side.
David grabbed the opposite hand, which is, the
Defended
defense against
Yes,
the choke. You don't
yes.
necessarily defend the one that's under your chin. You defend the other one so that he can't put the pressure on like that. Right there's the
Yep.
choke.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Manuel Marrero with a beautiful performance in jiu-jitsu, putting on kind of a clinic tonight. That was great.
Yes, yes. Great fight.
All right, let's take it to the cage and make this thing official.
Sounds good to me.
All right, can I get both fighters to the center of the cage, please? Do me a favor, gang, make some noise. Your winner, 1 minute, 33 seconds into round number 2. Tap out, did a rear naked choke. Out of the black corner, Pepe Negro, Manuel Marrero.
All right, I'm here with your winner, Manuel. That was a jiu-jitsu clinic. How are you feeling right now?
Man, the show felt kind of sloppy with the work, so fuck it.
You stayed persistent, man. You were able to slip in under his punches, get some nice takedowns. Once you got your hooks in and switched out to that body triangle, it was pretty much in the writing on the wall. Did anything in that fight catch you off guard?
Man, I felt really calm and stuff. I know it would affect my cardio, so I didn't want to try being too low, but I made it, so.
Well, good job, man. Is there anyone you want to thank tonight?
Well, I think my coach, she really put that game plan on me, it worked perfectly. Thank you, Ramsey. Thank you, everyone in the pit.
All right, brother, you going to come back and do this again?
Anytime, motherfucker!
All right, man, congratulations. We can't wait to see you come out and do this again. Everyone give it up for your winner, Manuel Marrero!